Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. The reason you see me.
Right now, we do want to transition to the very latest of the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Heading out to the Big Apple, giving you that live look from a different angle outside of that Manhattan federal courthouse. The Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial coming to an end as jurors near the finish line in their deliberations. A partial verdict was reached yesterday after the panel came to a consensus on 4 of the 5 charges. We want to check in now with Fox 5 New York's Briella Tomasetti. She joins us live outside the federal court in Lower Manhattan with what we can expect. Briella, good morning to you.
Gina, good morning to you. Certainly a busy day here yesterday, no shortage of drama, and a lot of people were not expecting that partial verdict to come down so early, again, on 4 of the 5 counts, but we don't know the results of that partial verdict. The judge said that deliberating for 12 hours was just too soon to give up on reaching a full verdict.
Wow. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. OG, look like you was right, man. Look like they done came down with these 4. The way the jury, they say, looked at Diddy was just awful shame, man. And I mean, the jurors basically, I guess the one that I was depending on, he got suckered into it too. OG, you there?
I'm right here, man. You know, I told you, man, it's hard to deal with 12 people. You may have one. They got what they call they got partial verdicts on 4. So the partial verdicts on 4 mean that they got 4 convictions, and they're still with their count 1 and 2. They still kind of deadlocked on. But if they just convict him on 1, that's 15 years in federal prison.
15 years to life.
No, that's just flat 15. The 2 life sentences, the racketeering and the sex trafficking. Those are the.
So you think he gonna beat those or what? You know, I'm kind of listening to you now, which I shouldn't be, because to be honest with you, no, I sometimes you'll say some more outlandish stuff, and then it come to fruition, and it comes to be true. And you got to understand, man, there's power in words, OG. You can't say certain things, man. You putting this energy into the air, man. You predicting this stuff to the negative, and I'm sick of it, man. Now Diddy might be going to prison because of you.
For you commanders, anything that makes sense. You know, they said Marco Polo, he was eccentric. The Giovanni was, you know, the Newton theory, you know, Darwin, all of those people they called, you know, they far out. And it comes to fruition that, man, they were just giving you an experience that you regular folks just can't see, man.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to be called regular, okay? I'm sick of it, man. You know, the one thing I can't deal with is the fact that you already know that Diddy, this here was not, and I'm not trying to be upset with you, but it really makes me upset with you. You know that this was not a sex trafficking thing. You know that this wasn't racketeering. You know that this was smear campaign to try to get this boy out the way, and you still sitting there predicting this mess with this jury, this joke of a jury, and you gonna sit there and act as if it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen, but it ain't right. But it ain't right.
Wait a minute, bro. I'm not one to say, I hate to say I told you so. I love to say I told you so. You know, when we started this off, I said, bro, this is a jury from Manhattan. This is not Atlanta. This is not going to be the same kind of trial that Young Thug didn't have. They don't have the young blacks there and the gay people, the LGBTQ people right there that understand the somatics. And just like one of the commentators said yesterday, and see, common sense just ain't common. If Diddy is accused of anything, it's being a weirdo. Trafficking and profiteering, he did none of that. And a white man said yesterday a white man said himself, and everybody was commenting, he should have made Diddy's closing arguments. He said, if we hold this true, that these allegations of Sean Puffy Combs, we would have to go all the way back and indict everybody that had anything to do with Hugh Hefner. But when white people do it, it's a whole different situation, bro.
I know.
And it's just right now we're in a I can't say an age, but we're in a mode right now. Black people are in a mode that should show you survival. That white America is showing you you're still just a slave. Every attack we've had in the last 4 years has been on our black leaders, our black elite, and we've done nothing about it. This is the black story. We ain't stood up for nothing. We let this go. Not Puffy, nothing bad, but you know what? Just before this trial, everybody was all on Puffy. He was the best thing.
Man, I still got Ciroc over here, man, from all of that, man. It was a whole Ciroc movement. We got it in the back of the store, as you know already. Now that it's over with, what I'm gonna do with all this Ciroc, man?
Man, you can keep the Ciroc. Just get rid of the baby oil.
Oh no, man! You see, now you're going too far, man. You know, the jury reaches a partial verdict. That's the part in Diddy's trial. If you're gonna do him, do him. Don't hold back. Do him if you're gonna do him. Throw him out there if you're gonna throw him out there. Don't hold back. Y'all already took him over up to the cross, crucify him. Go on and crucify him. The partial verdict thing is just a toy with words and a toy with people, man. Throw him out in the mercy of the court. Throw him out there and just go and get him out there if that's what y'all gonna do, man.
Okay, come out to church and quit being emotional. Hallelujah. Won't he do it?
OG, I just don't like this, man. I'm just the partial verdict part, man.
Let me show you how the injustice system's gonna work.
Talk to me.
Now, if he has any money left, they're gonna start confiscating stuff because when these convictions under federal law, he hasn't had an enterprise. An enterprise, he would have had the profit. He didn't profit off of anything. So this is what's going to happen. They're going to convict him. The judge may give him 10 to 15 years. Sean Puffy Combs will do 48 months, and they'll overturn it in appeal. And he'll come back like Bill Cosby, broke down, half blind.
He's not 80-something years old, man. You need to get over that. That is not what he's not gonna come out broke down.
You go to prison today. You know what? When I went to prison, we come out buff, look young. It was like, man, these dudes go to prison today. They come back looking haggard, teeth out of their mouth. They got that germ warfare. They're feeding them these drugs, and they're not the same kind of prisoner coming out, bro.
OG, you say you're gonna be looking broke down, downtrodden, coming out of there, but will he have any finances left after all this is done?
No,
nothing?
This is the whole thing behind this. Once you file a civil suit on the biggest distillery in the world, there's consequences behind your behavior. You're still a Negro.
OG,
take that.
No, OG, he coming back home. You telling me, Sean, they just did a song with Kanye yesterday, King Combs did, the son. So they just did a song. They're trying to make some leeway. They got to go to work now. If they're going to take the prized possession away, they got to go to work now. So there has to be some work done now on the kids' behalf. He built it up. Now they got to take it there. Will the kids be able to sustain with this blow? Will they have mansions anymore? Will they have Sprinter vans anymore? Are they going to try to confiscate everything? Are these guys pretty much in a situation where they were protected as far as their assets go?
Well, one thing about it, the ones that live out here in California, that Beverly Hills, they'll be incompetent. And The ones that's on the West Coast, I mean on the East Coast, they'll be over in the Queens in Harlem. They will have a humble ending.
You don't think the mama has the money put back for this situation?
Oh yeah, they are, but they ain't. His sons is not hustlers like him.
So
They got their,
what
they
happens?
got their,
Okay. His sons are not hustlers like him. I hear you loud and clear. But these kids are not. They know everybody. They have relationships built. What's money to others is not money to them. There's a difference when you deal with them, and I think they're going to be okay. But it just won't be the same anymore.
no, ain't nothing gonna be the same.
But they'll be okay. They'll be okay.
I mean, they might be. They in disgrace. You know,
So yeah. So
kids you made it all too. They got matter of fact, you know, they say when it rains, it pours. Now they're talking about, you know, we already talked about that he's the king of sloppy seconds, right?
right.
So now they're saying one of his sons is not his son. It belonged to Wolf. It was. If you look at the kid, they bringing the picture up about how the child looked and said when the girl Missy was pregnant with Wolf, Wolf come up dead mysteriously when the boy turned 10 years old.
Wow.
Mysteriously got shot in Atlanta. But they say the only reason that Puffy really took into the boy is when Suge started dealing with the girl, and he was so jealous and obsessed. He bring her in, but like I told you, he the king of sloppy seconds, bro. That got him. Chickens have come home to roost.
Wow. So do you think? Okay, what time do you think the verdict will come today? Do you think? Because I was thinking maybe around about 12, maybe the Eastern Standard Time. Before 12 o'clock, they'd have a verdict. Do you think they'll come to a closure today and get this thing all the way solved?
By 3 o'clock, they'll come in. You know, they're gonna hold it out to the end and convict him so they can go and have some barbecue ribs tomorrow. You know, so.
So you thinking more about 3 o'clock? So you thinking, yeah, it's gonna come out.
They're gonna stretch it out because by the words of the foreman, we have to follow the judge's instruction, and the judge's instruction was going to get this out. The judge kind of told them
what to do.
Get this out the way, so I want this done before the holidays. How you tell somebody that?
That's wrong in itself. You're playing with somebody's life.
You know, hey, let's get this out the way. It ain't gonna take long, you know. And in the first 4 hours, they're coming already tattletelling on somebody. He's not following your instruction. He said he can't convict on count 1 and 2. It's a stretch, and he don't believe it.
Partial verdict is already been come out first, but that was pretty quick. They came out with that pretty fast. It didn't take them.
The only reason, see, the 2 counts that served, their conscience couldn't put him in a position where they gave him life in the federal penitentiary.
Okay.
So that was a debate. Well, how are we going to do this and make it where we can set him down and it don't have to look too bad? But if we do this, it'll look right crazy, because I mean, actually, none of this is proven. And now maybe in the statute of a state case, it would have been like a little more feasible for him beating up Cassie and the little alligator. In a federal case, bro, this is really extraordinary. This is a reach, only in New York.
Wow. So the verdict will be reached today, guys. You guys can get ready for it. It's going to come out, and me and OG definitely going to talk about the verdict.
We're going to talk about them push-ups. That's what we're going to talk about. I thought I forgot that.
No, man, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, if that ends up being the case, if that, we will get you your 15. But at the end of the day, if that ends up being the case, we don't know yet still to this point.
Wait a minute, bro. I think you need to rephrase that. Not if that, when that.
Oh, gee, I'm done. I can't with you, man. You know already this wasn't right, man. I'm going to give you your 15. But, boy, don't you know this is not right? Man, and not only I'm going to give them to you, I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give them to you in Jamaica. How about that? You know what I'm talking about?
Can I pass the pictures from Vegas?
No, that wasn't part of the deal, man. That wasn't part of the deal, man. Listen, guys, make sure you guys follow our app, man, bosstalk101.app. And also, guys, and also, download it, man. It's a different world, a lot of exclusive content. But if you're still watching, man, this whole Diddy trial, it just never ends, and should be something coming along the lines of that right here in this timeline. But guys, hey, listen, guys, if you agree, man, listen, man, get back on here, watch the verdict, man. This is gonna be crazy. I can see it coming today. Boss Talk 101, man, reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.